What about your reaction to what you witnessed last night at Eden Park? Dean from Dunedin. Dean, good morning to you. Looking forward to this.
Gee, Smithy, hey, who would have thought? The men have had a lot of draws at the World Cup. Have they won a game? I don't think they have. I could be wrong, but it doesn't matter.
I think that's our first ever Football World Cup win, ever.
Yeah, mate. That's huge. You know, like on the global stage of sport, I don't like cricket's up there with how many people follow it, but the TV audience around the world for that game last night, there'd be no other sport in New Zealand would compare with that. I'm guessing, but I reckon I'd be pretty close to being correct. And good on them. Like the penalty, the girl hit that. Like that was so close to being absolutely perfect. And I thought, oh no. But you could see it in their eyes, Smithy. Like when that penalty missed, there's no way they were going to lose. Even they went to the bench, and you think they just deserved it. You know, we're a country of just battlers at the end of the day, and thank God we've got a group of them now that we can support. And Fozzie's might be doing pretty damn good too, to be honest. So we're in a good spot. We're in a really good spot as a nation. And if I can say, Smithy, I don't understand people that just don't like sport. Well, you watched that last night. You're having a bad day. If you're having a real bad day or your health's not quite so good, and you're watching that, all of a sudden you're feeling like $1 million again. And if you're not, you must already be dead. I don't get it. I just absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. Everything. The way they spoke afterwards, the coach, humble, but so proud. Like you get tears in your bloody eyes, Smithy. Like when you're listening to them talk like that, and the girl that scored the goal, like that'd be the greatest moment of her life, and she just thanked her teammates. You know, it doesn't get any better when you're listening to that. It'd be so easy to lose it and talk about yourself. No way. She was too good for that. What more do you need to say, Smithy? And we won. 1-0.
Well, Dino, loved it. I love to hear the fact that it's the real Dino coming through, folks, by the way. Every now and then he gets a bit snarky about the odd thing, but fantastic call, Dino. Love to hear your enthusiasm, and I think that call in its essence in itself, folks, sums up what last night was. Here's a bloke who is an absolute rugby man through and through, gives an honest opinion, sometimes a very disappointed opinion about certain things in the game of rugby. All of a sudden, discovered something last night. Joey, g'day, how are you?
Yeah, g'day, Smithy. Yeah, let's put football on our map. That was fantastic, mate. You know, those girls, I mean, they just played their hearts out, and they were dominant, you know. Ian, you know, when you're watching the game, I said to my brother, I said, I hope they have a few shots on goal. Well, I mean, that goal they scored, well, you wouldn't get a better goal like that in the Premier League. You know, unbelievable, Smithy. You know, it was just fantastic, mate. I mean, and the crowd, you know, 42,000, it was just brilliant. And they just dominated, you know. I mean, that side, Norway, are 12th in the world, you know. And I know we've had some bad results and haven't been that great. And to win games, you have to score goals and you have to have shots. And I just couldn't believe it, mate. It was just unbelievable. It was fantastic to watch.
I can't wait till Tuesday now because I'm confident we'll beat the Philippines. Absolutely. I'm so confident about that coming up, Joey. I just think, man, oh man, what a month of football. And yet we haven't even seen the United States. We haven't seen England. We haven't seen France, Spain, you know, Brazil. We haven't seen them yet. And they are incredibly talented sides. We're already in love with the Football Ferns. Make no mistake about that. As of last night, around about 9 o'clock, we absolutely fell in love with the Football Ferns. I think we'll be pretty affectionate about women's football when this next 5 to 6 weeks is up, I can promise you. Jared from Christchurch, you might have a different opinion, but you'd have to like what you saw last night, Jared.
Mate, I love Dean's call before. That was just very, very special. I have to say, mate, I had a tear in my eye watching the emotion after the game. I've got to say that 9 minutes of extra time was the longest 9 minutes of our lives, wasn't it? God, it was just counting it down and just something else. You know, after such a horrible bloody day in Auckland yesterday, the girls put on a show for all last night, and it was very, very special.
It was, Jared. It was golden. Absolutely golden. I'm sorry that Christchurch are not going to get a game. I'm sorry that because Canterbury is such a great sporting province, and I'm very sorry for Canterbury people that you're not going to get a game. G'day, Scott from Taranaki. G'day, Scott. How are you this morning?
G'day. Yeah, well, mate. Well, super pumped from last night. Now, I'm going to take it from my kids' perspective a little bit. My daughter's played football since she was 5 years old, and she loves the game. And this year she's only playing for school, not for club, but due to other circumstances. But she sat there and watched the entire game last night, and I'm telling you, mate, she was fizzing, jumping up and down. When they scored the goal, absolutely elated. And even this morning she woke up and she came into the kitchen. We won, Dad. We won. Can you believe this? And this is what you want your future generations of sporting children to be doing. You want them engaged. And with New Zealand football, for whatever reason, because the players away or whatever, we just don't see them enough. Can you imagine if we had the All Whites and the women's team playing every winter 3 games a year or 4 games a year like we have the All Blacks? I just think the game would explode in this country, and it's such a good thing that we won last night, not only for the competition but also for our future girls wanting to play for the national team. I think this bodes well for New Zealand football going forward.
And the good thing about last night, Scott, is that teams will want to play us now. Teams will want to play us now. Australia might just want a 3-match series against us every couple of years now because we got such a credible result. And as you say, and you make a perfect point there. And I think that's one of the things they had to get out of this tournament was to safeguard and inspire the future generation of the game of women's football. Well, they did that last night. They've already done that, and now they can march on with confidence towards what's ever coming up going forward, because if they can get out of their group, we all know what playoff sport is about, and that's been right on the day. Scott, terrific call. Great to hear, that your daughter was so heavily invested in it and woke up in that kind of mood this morning. Goodness me, aren't we a little bit more positive than we were this time yesterday morning about life? It is such a great thing, sport, when it's done well.
SENZ, it's Kiwi for sport.